Chaos Company.
Oneirophobia, an intense fear of dreaming or what dreams might mean. No, I don't know how it happened. I don't want to know. I saw enough. Wherever it is, it's coming for me. My time left here is short. Someone has to know. They need to know answers. Cannot be found. There's no reason for why these things happen. I must let them know. It started a month ago. These strange dreams. I thought nothing of them at the time until it happened. It was a dream unlike the others. I awoke in a field. The sun was fixed behind some trees. Just enough light was let in to illuminate the vast land that lay before me. All was peaceful. The trees were calling me. Come closer. Find what there is to find, they whispered. I refused to go. The trees continued to coax me in a welcoming and raspy voice. I turned away from the trees and ran. I tripped on a stump that instantly grew out of the ground. I glanced at the trees as they had begun to bend and turn violently. The trees were failing to contain the beast. The creature had been unleashed, and darkness consumed the land. The sun dropped as fog was spilling onto the field. I, still on the ground, was crawling away. The creature took notice of me and let out a shrill screech. As it crept closer towards me, I could make out a pale, human-like face, white as snow. It had no expression. It had a leathery skin dangling on its back, flapping in the wind. It walked on all fours, limping quickly, growing nearer. Its jaw dropped, opening the black abyss that was its mouth. Its teeth were jagged and long, and were covered in a black liquid. The teeth made a loud, clinking noise as its long, split tongue maneuvered around them. Then it said in a cold voice, "Leave." I woke up. I was in my bed, drenched in a cold sweat. Something sharp was poking into my back. I leapt out of bed to see what it was. I saw a Polaroid photo. The edge must have been in my back. It wasn't there before. I rubbed my eyes and blinked. It was still there. I picked it up. It was a picture of the creature in the field, just as it had looked as it was walking towards me in my dream. On the photo, written in what I hope was a black Sharpie, was, "I'm in your world now. You cannot hide." A wave of fear rushed upon me as I read these words. Then, as fast as a flash of lightning, the creature's face appeared in my window. The strange thing was, I was on the second floor of an apartment building. It was coming for me. I knew that I had to vanish, so I packed my car with all my valuables and drove. I haven't slept since the dream. I fear if I sleep, it will claim me. I've been driving for 2 days now. I've only stopped once for gas. I've shut off the radio. Countless news reports of missing people. It took them. Every time I pass a forest, it's there, calling me. It's always there. Am I awake now? To be honest, I'm not entirely sure. There have been times where I've fallen asleep and immediately dreamed of being awake and active. Not that it really makes much of a difference, but I find some entertainment in keeping track of the times I pass out. It's not much. Beggars can't be choosers. With all the effort I can muster, I manage to wiggle my toes a bit. While I can no longer feel them, I know they're moving by the sound of bones scraping against cheap wood. That's all the proof I need to know that I am in fact awake. In my dreams, I'm fully capable of controlling my appendages, though my imagination still limits me to being the safe, cramped location. It's been so long since I've woken up in here that I can't comprehend being anywhere else. I don't know exactly how long I've been in here. I remember keeping track of time, for a time, though that quickly became an exercise in tedium. Plus, it's not like the information would benefit me at all. I've long since dropped any delusions of being rescued, so my primary focus is keeping boredom at bay. One would assume that being confined to a tiny box with rarely any leg room would make such a thing difficult, but they'd be wrong. While my current settings have quite a lot to be desired, I find that it provides the perfect environment for me to think. And really, thinking is all I can do at this point. My muscles have all but rotted away at this point, so physical activity, even if desirable, is nothing more than a pipe dream. Do I miss having control over my body? Sometimes. I am but a husk of decayed flesh and broken bones, my nervous system all but non-existent, and my organs nothing more than useless sacks of blood and tissue. Yet I've made peace with it. Oh sure, there was a time when I was in a state of utter anguish for my situation, but I remember desperately calling out for help, whittling my fingers down to the bone as I tried to, in vain, to claw my way out of the wooden box I had been buried in. Some time after that, my body began to rot away. It wasn't so bad at first, but then I found myself straining to move parts of my body. It wasn't long before the simple act of moving my fingers took a great deal of concentration. The loss of my physical agency deeply disturbed me, but what really sent me into despair was the realization of my own death. I don't know what kind of man I was before my death. My memories only extend to my time here inside the box. That said, I can vaguely remember little tidbits of what I believed in. I was never a man of faith, that much I'm certain of. I believed in a higher being, but never found comfort in faith. Was that, I wondered, why I'm here? Am I being punished for my wrongdoings? Is this my hell? Or is this just what happens when we die? For some time, I pondered over these questions, and eventually, I came to the most sensible conclusion. There are no answers. I've had some time to mull it over, and this is what I've concluded. This isn't some kind of obscure punishment by a higher power. It's simply an aspect of life. The moment we are born, we begin to die. And when we die, we rot And that's all that happens. We don't ascend to a high plane of existence. We don't simply cease to be. We rot. And I see nothing wrong with it. Granted, I'm probably not the best person to speak to on the matter. I've been here so long that I've counted to infinity at least 3 times out of boredom. But there's a genuine comfort I feel in the loss of my agency, hardship, life, and the burden of free will are things of the past. All that's left are me and my thoughts. In that respect, I have more freedom than any living person. I, feeling nothing but pity for them. To bog yourself down with concepts like choice and desire is to rob yourself of absolute control. I'm sure there are some who would disagree with that notion, but it doesn't matter. Once they're dead and rotting in the ground, they'll come to see things as they really are. Hopefully, it takes them less time than it took me.